Guys, this is DJ Phantom 205 here, and I am doing a screen replacement on a 4th generation iPod. I wanted to record everything with this camera, but I haven't used this camera in like years since like my iPod has been my main source of like media, filming, whatnot. Pretty sure this is dead. Might just have to charge it up, so it's basically useless. But okay, so if you're doing your screen replacement at home, these are just a couple of things that you might just want to have on hand. By on hand, I mean like just readily accessible and just about ready to go. I'm gonna start with the electrical stuff first, and then I'm gonna end off with some, extra stuff. So just a couple of things that you're going to need, like hands down, what you're going to need. You're gonna need a heat gun. Basically, since a lot of you YouTube users aren't like professional repair monkeys or like whatever, you'll have to use a hair dryer because like heat guns aren't that expensive, but it's sort of like a waste of money since you're probably just gonna like do this for one iPod and done. But if you're gonna repeat the repair process of 4th generation iPods, you're going to want to get a real heat gun. Some people say that these don't heat properly, but I do think that it depends on the hair dryer that you have. I had an older hair dryer. That one was really horrible at heating, so I actually had to use this one. I'm not going to say whose it is, but it's not mine. Okay, this one does have adjustable heat too. I think it has a boost button. I don't use hair dryers, so don't laugh at me, you TWA people. Okay, so another electrical thing you're gonna need, soldering gun. I'm not even sure how well this one works, but this one should be able to help me out with like, I'll demonstrate later, but you're gonna need a glue gun, hot glue gun. This one is broken. As you can see, the plastic parts inside don't work, so you'll have to constantly use new sticks of glue to keep the flow of glue going through the nozzle. The nozzle on this one is cracked, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't even matter. You're gonna need a scissors. This one came with a hair cutting machine kit, so it's pretty sharp. It's for cutting hair. You're gonna need some tweezers. Sorry, these ones are kind of rusty, but this pair is for like some of the larger cables and so forth. This pair here is for that one single cable that's underneath the screen. Some of you guys who have done this before are gonna know what I'm talking about. A marker is gonna be pretty necessary. This is not a marker, it's a pen. Some pens can work, and I'll demonstrate later. A screwdriver is also necessary. If you don't have a kit, you're gonna want to buy a screen that has a kit. If you don't have a kit, you can actually buy repair kits, or you can basically put a kit together from like miscellaneous random parts that you can buy. Moving on, you're gonna need some cotton swabs, isopropyl alcohol. I don't really think it matters the percentage. It might not even have to be isopropyl alcohol. It could be, yeah, I know, I probably pronounced that really wrong, isopropyl. It could be rubbing alcohol or just about anything. Probably not mineral spirits, because you could damage your interior parts of your iPod. It seems to work just fine for me. It's not even that much, but it gets the job done. You're also going to need a timer. I'm using my cell phone because I just kind of want to. So like, just sort of like find a timer or something like that. Oh, I know what a timer is, but anyways, get a device that can time. If it has time, it will work. 1:45. That's what time I'm doing. Okay, this right here is a bag of parts that I've accumulated over the recent months that I've been doing repairs. This is just proof that I've done this before. If you don't trust me, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. I wouldn't say to just do a repair or replacement of a screen just because you saw this video. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guys just want to get views and thumbs up and get famous over their YouTube videos, but I'm more interested in you being successful in a screen replacement. This is a kit that came with a screen. In this box was a brand new screen. The screen is on this iPod right now, and it cracked for obvious reasons. Why did it crack? Well, it's not really important, but this is not a new screen. This is a broken screen. As you can see here, this one's pretty badly beat up. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing as this screen. This screen is so badly beat up, it barely had any glass on it at all, but I'm not going to show that. So, as I've mentioned before with these tools, tweezer and all, the spudger, this is what they call a spudger. This is the wide spudger, and then this is the narrow spudger. You're going to need a super fine screwdriver. There's a specific name for this kind of screwdriver, I'm sure, but I forgot at the moment. Then you're gonna need a small flat screwdriver. Everything else should be like a suction cup. I find that a suction cup is kind of pointless if your screen is badly cracked. If the surface is like this glass here, that'll be a big help, but if your screen is just shattered, your suction cup is going to be like something you could use for your shower to hang your scrubby stuff. It's like what I did. Other than that, you might want to get some other parts of your kit, such as like a guitar pick. A guitar pick is what I had gotten to help separate the screen from the unit itself. More than just a screen replacement, a couple of other tips. These iPod Touch 4 generations are notorious for a bad sound jack. I've had some that only work with Apple earphones, and I've had some 4th generation iPods that don't work at all. Like, the jack is just loose. Yeah, I know that probably sounds really wrong, but okay, make sure your jack is really great. The OEM jack is a brand name. This one is not a brand name. I did buy this off of a website. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say what website it is, but it's a common online website that you can buy all sorts of random stuff from. Underneath of all this packaging, I did want to make an unboxing video, but right now my iPod has a black screen, and I figured I'd just go for the white screen. This would be the 3rd screen that's on it, and I'm just kind of tired of wasting time. I figured I'd just go hardcore and just do this. This replacement will have a black button, but I honestly do not care. Alright, kids, make sure that it has 2 cables. I bought screens for like super cheap, like $8. I'm not gonna say how much this one was, but it was more than $16. I bought screens for like a lot less, actually, like $8. Like I said, let me a second. I want to show my postage codes. NOID. Okay? So this is a screen that I bought from New York for like, it was like super cheap, like I said, like $8. And I'm going to show you what I got. This is all that came in the package. I was so disappointed. I was like, maybe it could still work, but nope. It has protective plastic on both sides. It's just a black bezel for $8. But if you have this, I would suggest to keep it, because it can be very, 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 very useful for replacing the screen on the iPod that has a bent bezel. The bezel is like the steel that you see around here, and actually straightening that out is sort of difficult because not only will you need heat, but also you're going to need a strong enough pliers that can get in between the glass and the steel and bend it without being too strong to crack the plastic that is between the glass of the screen and the metal bezel. There is a plastic rim like just between there, and it sort of allows the glass of the screen to float between the steel and the glass of the screen. So it's not like glass to metal. It's actually like a plastic bezel. It's kind of weird. But other than that, this foam is probably useful for something. I'll probably make like a custom iPod case or something like that. Just roll like that. Another thing that's gonna help out. Oh, here's this guitar pick. I almost skipped that. I know it's sort of like a huge clutter mess, but you're gonna need a lot of bags. If you don't have bags, you're gonna need containers, 10 of them. In these bags, I've cut pieces of paper and marked on them numbers to show which screws go where. And it's also helpful to videotape the screws when you're taking them out, and also when you're putting them in the bag so that you can remember. Quite complicated, but that's the way you get it done. A lamp is also helpful, so that just about wraps up this first segment.